What's going on, toxic gamers? Looks like we got some bad gaming news to talk about. You don't have to like the video, you don't have to subscribe unless you want to, of course. But yeah, let's actually talk about the PlayStation 6, guys. We don't even have GTA 6, but let's talk about the PlayStation 6. We don't have games, but let's talk about PlayStation 6. Shout out to the homie Legacy. Roll it.
The PlayStation 6 is coming. That is inevitable. We all know it. It's just a question of when. And a couple of months ago, it seemed like all indication was that we're going to be getting this in the next year or so. And based on how these
Whoa! Early? Nah, man, this said late 2027, maybe even 2028, but early? What the hell?
generations usually go, it's usually around 6 or 7 years. That wasn't too much of a surprise. But because of how this console generation has been affected by COVID and such, I think some people really expected it to be maybe 8 or 9 years. And all indication was that that was not the plan, that Sony was already getting ready to put the PlayStation 6 into production, and we were probably going to be getting this maybe next fall. But obviously things have changed, and all indication now is that the PlayStation 6 and the next generation Xbox might be coming much later than expected.
Memory shortages, that's because the RAM prices are sky high right now. And I don't feel comfortable sharing this with you guys, but I upgraded my PC recently, right? And I don't feel comfortable sharing the price. I mean, I did it because I need it for work, not necessarily for gaming, and you know, it's a tax write-off, so it's all that. I'll share this with you guys. The RAM alone was $1,700, bro. Oh shit! 1,700 Canadian. So that would be, and that was without taxes. So with taxes would be closer to $2,000 Canadian. So yeah, RAM alone. By the way, I went for 96 gigs DDR5 RAM, and the computer is really good. Processes videos really fast, saves time. Time is money. You know, all that bullshit. That is happening because of AI. You know, that is happening because of AI. They want to make the robots, this, that, the other, and GPU prices are going sky high as well. And yeah, believe it or not, we're gonna have GPU and the RAM in the next PlayStation 6. And if the prices for RAMs are that high, I wouldn't be shocked if it actually hits like 800, even 1,000.
And I don't think that a lot of people are too angry about that. And for one, it's just because this PlayStation 5 console generation and also the Xbox Series, they have not been pushed to their maximum potential. That was something that we saw with the PlayStation 4 right towards the end of that console generation. You got a feeling that the consoles, they were out of date. We needed something new. This console generation, we just haven't had that. And I think a lot of that is just because Sony's investments this generation have been...
Call of Duty still came on PS4, and games are still coming out on last gen, so we don't need a new PlayStation.
Extremely lackluster. And when I say that, it's just the Jim Ryan live service ambition. This was something that they pushed behind the scenes. They had Naughty Dog working on an online live service for multiple years until eventually they realized they weren't made for it. There was also Bluepoint for some reason working on God of War Online and a number of other questionable live service experiences. Concord will forever be the one embedded in everybody's mind when we have this discussion. But there's also Fair Games from Haven Studios. The founder left that company earlier this year. Definitely a question mark. Is that experience ever going to see the light of day? There's also question marks surrounding Bungie's Marathon. The live service ambition, the live service push is still alive at Sony, but it definitely feels like they're starting to put their single-player developers focusing on what they're known for. The repercussions from the live service push that was happening behind the scenes at multiple Sony studios is the fact that the wait for new experience is going to be taking much longer. That is something that has been felt this PlayStation 5 console generation, and that will certainly bleed into PlayStation 6. Lackluster investments aside, when we're talking about games that have been produced for the PlayStation 5, especially on the first side of things, it's very difficult to pinpoint games that really have pushed this console. I think you can make an argument on the graphic side, at least for Horizon Forbidden West and Death Stranding 2, but I really think the notable game that is going to come to mind, at least in terms of its technology and its use with the console, is Ratchet & Clank. And I just don't think that is enough. And I think that there is an argument.
It's not enough. It really is not enough. This time around, we haven't even gotten that many good PlayStation single-player games. We got some, but not too many. And I guess the reason nobody's really like questioning it, or I guess people are questioning it, but nobody's really upset. What do you want people to do, right? Like, exactly. So I don't know what people are gonna do. Xbox, on the other hand, got barely any time, bro. Like, so yeah, the competition ain't stiff no more for PlayStation. So PlayStation can get away with it. Xbox is like, whatever, bro. I don't even know what the hell is going on with Xbox. They just buy studios, then they cancel games, they fire devs, they shut down games, they shut down studios. Phil Spencer, bro, like, he literally ruined Xbox, bro. I thought, like, he was gonna save it, or he saved it versus the guy that was trying to sell, like, Kinect. I forgot his name. Don Matrick, I believe, last time for Xbox One. I mean, Phil Spencer did better than him, I guess, but at the end, it still turned out to be bad, you know what I'm saying? So
argument to be made that this console can do so much more, especially if these developers push that line. And that may be something that we finally see in the coming years with Naughty Dog's Intergalactic and whatever other mysterious experiences that are in development and on the way. And at the very least, on the third-party side of things, we have Rockstar Games that is really going to push the limits with Grand Theft Auto 6, whenever that launches. But also a company like CD Projekt Red, which showed off an impressive Unreal Engine tech demo. They definitely feel like a company that is going to push things in the coming years with The Witcher 4. Those are just a couple of notable examples, but we definitely have some from this side of things that are on the way as well. But yeah, if you were to poll sentiments and how people felt about the PlayStation 4 towards the end of its console generation and how people feel about the PlayStation 5 now, you just have drastically different opinions. And that has everything to do with how Sony has produced games this generation, their hit or miss quality, and their lackluster output. That is something that has been talked about extensively the last couple of months, and it's going to be coming up even more in the lead up to the PlayStation 6, whenever that is. And fortunately for gamers, it does feel like the wait for the PlayStation 6 is now going to be much longer, and I think there's a feeling in the air that's probably a good thing. Now, Sony has been talking about the PlayStation.
Yeah, no, if it turns out that PlayStation 6 is now, instead of coming out in 2027, comes out, let's just say, hypothetically, 2030, I think that's good. Yeah. I mean, back in the days, everybody would get excited about new consoles, but now everybody's like, nah, don't release it, don't release it. And even if there are, surely there are some people that want a new console because of the hype, the excitement, even they are like, yeah, bro, we don't even have games, plus AI, plus RAM prices going up, GPU prices going up. Yeah, it's not gonna be sustainable. We're not even getting games no more, bro. Or the good games, essentially. We're not even, yeah, I guess everybody's waiting for GTA 6, you know, and we already have AI gameplay for, you know, AI making GTA 6 right now. Yeah, so this is AI gameplay. Let's hope that the people's expectations are so sky high because of the wait and everything, because of seeing the trailer, and now more so than that, this fake AI gameplay, right? Yeah, I don't know, man. You gotta be flipping my flapjacks, bro. Let's hope GTA 6 actually brings the hype, man. Let's hope that it actually, what's the word? Exceeds, or not even exceeds, like, just meets, point blank. I just hope GTA 6 meets expectations, bro.
PlayStation 6 a lot as of late, and especially this summer we got a peek into the vision of the PlayStation 6, and Sony CEO Hideaki Nishino even said the PlayStation 6 is top of Sony's priorities right now. That was June 2025, and he specifically said in these remarks, the future of the platform is top of mind, and they are committed to exploring a new and enhanced way for players to engage with our content and services. And Mark Cerny, the architect for the PlayStation 6 and a lot of the
don't like the word services, you know, that's microtransactions, by the way.
Hardware and stuff like that, has already given that vision, and a lot of that is involving AI, and specifically, PlayStation 6 to push the boundaries of graphics, doubling down on machine learning, the other side of the AI, not generative AI, but machine learning. And this is something that he's talked about in a couple of different videos and such over the last couple of months. This is specifically a conversation he had about the PlayStation 5 Pro, but he then pivots to talking about the PlayStation 6 and some of the vision they have for this console. And now when you're considering the market and everything going on, you can see why this could cause a massive headache for them as they push in the AI forward direction that a lot of other companies are.
Yeah, I won't be shocked if it just comes out with the AI tag on it. Yeah, we got AI in PlayStation 6. We got AI in the next Xbox, bro. AI is like literally everywhere. In the computers, in the phones now. Yeah, buy this TV, it got AI in it. Yeah, you know, and soon they will put AI in our ass and all that. So, like, what the hell, man? We don't need AI everywhere. Come on now.
Pushing as well, they're also driving the prices for these components through the roof.
Just because they can slap AI on it, it doesn't give them the right to increase the prices. Like the video if you agree. Like the video if you agree. Really quickly, I gotta take a second to shout out all of you guys out there, especially Adele, Standoman, RJ, Davey, Rachel, for becoming brand new members on the channel. Also, shout out to the homie Tino, Cody, Davey, Robert, Standoman. Thank you guys so much for all the love on the channel, for you liking the video, subscribing, tipping, super thanks, becoming a member and all that, while knowing you don't even have to do any of it, but you still do it. Thank you guys so much for all the love, man. Appreciate the love, man. Alright, let's go back to the content here, boo.
Tracing is different. It's still early days for the technology, and I suspect we're in for several quantum leaps in performance over the next decade.
And yes, this is Cerny talking.
And I suspect we're in for several quantum leaps in performance over the next decade.
Right. And yes, this is Cerny talking. This is a PS5 Pro seminar from, I believe, it was last year they talked about this.
Machine learning, though, has the greatest potential for growth, and that's an area we're beginning to focus on. Some of that growth in machine learning will come from more performant and more efficient hardware architectures. The ML architecture in PS5 Pro is quite good, but we did not, in fact, achieve that holy grail of a fully fused network when running PSSR. It's close, but PSSR can't quite keep all of its intermediate data on chip, and therefore does, to some degree, bottleneck on system memory access. We see definite room for improvement in future ML.
And this is what he means. This is going to be a focus for the PlayStation 6 because just a couple of months ago, in a conversation with an AMD business executive, I believe, and yes, AMD business executive Jack Kuhn, they had a conversation about the machine learning that they're planning for the PlayStation 6. And this is some of the stuff that they're working on behind the scenes right now.
This doesn't scale. That's why we're combining traditional rasterization with neural acceleration. And machine learning isn't just a neat trick anymore. It's become a real tool for developers. Smarter pipelines, cleaner visuals, smoother gameplay, and more headroom to create the worlds we want to all get lost in. And that's what FSR is all about. The detail, the fidelity, the atmosphere. It will be touched or enhanced by ML. And that means we're not just hitting new technical benchmarks. We're getting closer to the vision of the artists and creators behind the games.
And that is their vision for the future. Machine learning is going to define the PlayStation 6 and likely also the next generation Xbox as well.
And the challenge comes in how we implement these systems. The neural networks found in technologies like FSR and PSSR are incredibly demanding on the GPU. They're both computationally expensive and require speedy access to large amounts of memory.
But we are connecting CUs with each shader engine in a smart, efficient way. And that changes the game for neural rendering. Bigger ML models, less overhead, more efficiency, and way more scalability as workloads grow.
Neural arrays will allow us to process a large chunk of the screen in one go, and the efficiencies that come from them.
Bro, we just want new games, bro. We just want new and good games. That's it. Because once we have that, then you can release good consoles. We just want good consoles, and we just want good games. Right now, there's no need for PS6, but I get it. They need to work on it now so they can release it a couple of years later. Okay, I get that. But if you want people buying that or people excited about that, make good games. Duh, like simple as that. Make good games.
Are going to be a game changer as we begin to develop the next generation of upscaling and denoising technologies.
And yeah, that is what's going to define the PlayStation 6. It is the push into AI and machine learning, and this has become clear based on all the conversations we've had the last couple of years between AMD and PlayStation. And this specific conversation was actually just a couple of months ago. It kind of went under the radar, but yes, this is the mentality, this is the thought process for the PlayStation 6. Yeah. And ultimately, though, right now, it is just rather notable that AMD, of all companies, is also one of the companies that is talking about having to increase their GPU prices early next year, or now in the coming days, with 2026, and they may continue to do so.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna have a video on it. Maybe yes, maybe not, but yeah. Nvidia, this is a rumor, but I believe it. Nvidia pushing RTX 5090 prices to $5,000. Oh shit! Yo, I'm glad I actually got a PC recently. Yeah, I paid crazy for RTX 5090. Don't get me wrong, okay? But it wasn't this crazy. And this is in USD. This is in USD, so that would be like $7.5 grand Canadian, roughly, estimatedly. Maybe less, maybe more, you know? I paid crazy, don't get me wrong. But, and I don't feel comfortable sharing how much I paid for the full PC, but no, man, it's happening because of AI. And, you know, soon the humanoid robots and all that. We've done videos on the channel if you've seen it. If you're new here, welcome on in. We do several topics on the channel, but we've done AI videos as well on the channel, or videos about AI, the humanoid robots. Yeah, the data center is one thing, needs RAM, but then obviously the humanoid robot's gonna need RAM and GPU and all that. So the prices will go up. The prices will go up.
So in the following months. How that affects the rest of the business and everything else, that remains to be seen, but it just seems like the PC market, especially with these components, has turned into a massive catastrophe of epic proportions that nobody knows where this is heading.
Yeah, I guess so people, instead of buying gold, you buy a graphics card and RAM and just hold it, and I guess in the future, sell it for profit. But you never know, right? It can crash as well. Yeah, maybe like 2 years from now, the price is gonna come down. I doubt it, honestly, though. I doubt it. If the prices go up, they're gonna keep it up there. maybe lower it a little bit so it's affordable for people to buy. But I mean, bro, $5,000 for RTX 5090 just for a graphics card, that's not sustainable. Even I paid $1,700 plus taxes for RAM Canadian, so a little bit less for US, but that is not sustainable. You know, that is not that's like rent, bro. That's like 1 month rent, and in some places the rent is actually higher than $1,700. But you get the point, right? That's like a month's rent. I did it because, yo, I needed tax write-off because tax is so high in Canada, so I needed that to tax write-off. And also, you know, it's convenience, and I can make videos faster and do my other work faster as well, render videos faster, so it saves me time. So, you know, that was basically the thought behind. But even I was like, holy shit, 1,700 for RAM? Nah, that's way too much. And now we're getting to the point where graphics card's gonna be that expensive. Yeah, all thanks to AI, I guess. Thanks to AI.
Added. All we do know is that this market is going to be disrupted for a very long time. And we've already got an indication based on the hardware leaks. This was a couple months ago. We talked in a separate video about some of the ambition that the PlayStation 6 is going to have triple the PlayStation 5 power, 4K, 120 frames per second gaming.
But also triple the price, maybe even quadruple the price.
Next gen ray tracing and more. All of this stuff has been outlined, but now it's a question mark. Could this stuff be changed? Could it be altered because of what we're seeing right now with the AI push that's happening everywhere? Now, it must be noted that we are hearing from analysts. They are warning the PlayStation 6 and Steam Machine release date delay could result from soaring memory prices. And this is a report coming from an analyst who details...
Yeah, no, I'm pretty positive that either it's going to come out 2027 or 2028. Unlikely, very much unlikely. It was supposed to come out by the end of 2027, but because of AI and the RAM prices, I guess it's a blessing and also a curse, right? Because people that want to upgrade PCs or get RAM, I mean, that's too bad, right? Like, the price is so high. And because of it, I guess they're gonna delay it, but how long can they delay it? Because the AI thing is you know, it's a compounding effect, so the demand would increase. Let's just say, hypothetically, if PS6 was supposed to come out 2027, but now gets delayed to, let's just say, 2029, 2030. Well, by 2029, 2030, the demand for AI would be even more. You know, motherfuckers gonna be making more AI robots then. Perhaps at that time, you know, people gonna start to buy robots like crazy because they are good now, or some, I don't know, I'm just trying to think through this BS. Maybe the robots are gonna become like a norm, and people are gonna buy them to slave them in their houses or something like that. Yeah, at that time, it will be, the RAM would be even more expensive, GPU would be even more expensive, the demand for GPU and RAM would be more. So what then? Yeah, guys, I guess video game crash is real and it's happening already. There's nothing really good. Battlefield 6 is good, but you know, reviews are mixed right now, or people are feeling mixed about that game too, and player counts are dipping too, which is normal. I mean, it happens all the time. But Call of Duty crashed like nothing tomorrow. So Call of Duty's just got the biggest beating, right? Pause on that. Battlefield 6 beat Call of Duty, which is really, really good. But even Battlefield 6 is losing players, right? I haven't played Battlefield 6 in a long ass time too. Not because I dislike the game all of a sudden or I hate the game. It's just maybe I'm getting older. Probably that's one factor, and also there's nothing really unique about FPS games no more, right? So I guess I'm kind of moving on, if that makes sense, and I guess that's how it is for a lot of people. But make no mistake, part of it is because of lack of variety in games and also lack of content in games. Battlefield 6 is good, but make no mistake, it doesn't have too much content, right? Like, the content kind of lacks, especially in maps and all that. At least for me, maybe not for you, but at least for me. And we don't have that many other games either where you can, like, okay, play Battlefield and then play other games and then go back to Battlefield. Some people would do that, but the lack of variety and us getting older, more responsibilities, life sucking ass, I mean, society when it's our time to become an adult, essentially, right? Yeah. So it's basically that. Yeah, I guess if gaming continues like this, we're gonna have a huge gaming crash thanks to GPU prices, RAM prices, bad games essentially, and all that.
how demands from the burgeoning AI industry are affecting the market. With brands like Micron focusing on enterprise customers, there's less storage and memory available to customers or consumers. Laptop makers and pre-built PC sellers have also begun to announce price hikes. They're also going back in terms of their hardware. That's another conversation to be had. Valve may have secured a reserve of LP DDR5 memory ahead of the expected Q1 2026 Steam Machine release date. Even so, some industry sources anticipate that DRAM and storage costs won't ease for several years. That will affect the PlayStation 6. The company may be forced to pass on the added burden to gamers or announce a delay. And it furthermore goes on to mention that another problem facing Valve and Sony is that console sales...
Yeah, they will pass the burden to gamers, I guess.
Console sales are slowing. Circana US data from November 2025 showed that hardware sales fell 27% year over year. Amid tariffs and other economic challenges, the Xbox Series X and PlayStation 5 have already seen price hikes. And that's the big thing.
Yeah, right. The tariffs are huge for people outside of America too, right? Or maybe for Americans as well. I don't know about that. I'm not in America, or I mean, I'm in North America, but I'm in Canada. I'm not in US. But yeah, no. So tariffs is a huge part, I guess. I mean, it is a huge part too. So that has upped the prices for PS5. Plus, there's nothing really going on, so there's that too. Yeah, it's feels bad all around, guys. Let me know your thoughts. And did you see this video though? Yeah, man, the stuff that is coming out about these aliens and UFOs right now. I mean, yo, Putin just did a alien warning on camera. Check out this video on the screen, and I'll see you right there. It's a wild one.